Hello Extraordinary. Before we begin, I want to tell you almost every person can read a book in hours, days, or in a year. It completely depends upon you. For what are you reading? Reading for need or reading for pleasure, enjoyment, which may take a lot of time without specific goal. But if you need to read, then let's go from selecting the book to completing it. Jay Shetty shares two common mistakes. Mistake number 1. Don't read a book from cover to cover. Yeah, you actually don't need to read each chapter or section of the book. Read just what you need. Mistake number 2. Don't read a book on willpower, but on love power. Pick or select something you really love, interested to read, and want to know about it. Not something you're just willing to read because somebody suggested or recommended on YouTube or anywhere. Just leave a book which don't inspire you. You have to learn, not to finish it. People often think that speed reading means just reading faster each line and each word, but this isn't true. Clearly explained by Jordan Harry, the speed reading expert, and then some points shared by Jay Shetty and also Tim Ferris, the author of bestseller 4-Hour Workweek, in which he talked about the low information diet, cultivating selective ignorance. There, he says, I only read the sections of the book that were relevant to immediate next steps, which took less than 2 hours. That means he reads only what he needs currently. And also wrote in the book, I read the front page headlines through the newspaper machine as I walk to lunch each day, and nothing more in 5 years. So that's how leaders read. Let's move to techniques and methods to read like them. Step number 1. Front and back cover by Jordan Harry. First, go through front and back cover, read all description. It tells you what book is about, just to grasp key idea of a book and clear whether it is interesting for you or not. Jay Shetty says, before reading any book, I watch TEDx or any other video on YouTube regarding the book. You can try this. Step number 2. Table of contents and reading goal by Jordan Harry and Jay Shetty. Look for key contents, chapters or parts, because 80% of the information can be found from 20% of text. Then, highlight those key sections of the part which you need to read because you found interesting. And yeah, sometimes reading specific chapters can make you read additional chapters. It depends on your interest. And Jay Shetty also recommends reading first chapter simply because the author puts so much energy to engage the reader, and you should read. You may know that there are books in which author has written how to read that particular book effectively. So start from first chapter. Step number 3. Skim by Jordan Harry. Pre-read the text, spending only 10 seconds on each page, focusing on key content, diagrams, strong, powerful words or paragraphs which catch your eyes. That will be easy to remember for step number 4. Yeah, we are using this for next step. Did you know our eyes movement isn't smooth? They have fixations, which is explained in detail in the previous video. Speed read 700% faster by Jordan Harry, Jim Quick, Howard Steffenberg, and Tim Ferris. So, during reading, when your eyes stop, sometimes a little bit longer, there could be a main or strong word which extract whole essence of paragraph or sentence. So focus on those words and paragraphs. After skimming 10 seconds, apply method number 4, scan. Spend 30 seconds scanning the same page. Go back to key contents that caught your eye in a skimming step. Remember, average reader goes through the page once, but if you apply these steps, you go twice within less time, as you will be more familiar. Not only you read faster, but your comprehension will be much greater because you previewed the text in a skimming and know what's coming next. The important thing, how much time would it take? 2 hours, maybe 3 hours to complete a book? Look at this. An average book contains 250 pages. So if you skim 10 seconds and scan 30 seconds each page, which is going to be 40 seconds on each page, If you multiply 40 to 250, it turns out to be 10,000 seconds or 166 minutes, around 2 hours and 45 minutes to read a book. But as an average reader, it would be a little bit difficult because skimming and scanning requires speed reading. But what if you don't know how to speed read? Hey, don't worry, we have already uploaded a video which can increase speed reading more than 700%. Yeah, just watch and practice them. But you can still read faster. Look, add 10 seconds more in skimming and scanning. That's going to be 1 minute on each page. 250 pages, so 250 minutes, which is going to take around 4 hours. This is how people claim read a book in a week or in a day. But we talked about when we have an urgency, so it will take very less time because you are only reading the specific chapters or sections, or at least leaving some of them. But if you want to read completely each page while spending less than 4 hours, then I recommend watching previous video to dramatically increase your reading speed, which will decrease your reading time in skimming and scanning. Choose these 4 steps whenever you need, and don't read every book this way, except some. As Francis Bacon says, some books are to be tasted, others to be swallowed, and few to be chewed and digested. But before you go and subscribe our channel, well, thanks for that. Know that there are 4 levels of reading, say Mortimer J. Adler and Charles Van Doren in their book How to Read a Book. First level, elementary reading, which is average reading level. Second level, inspectional reading, which we talked about in this video. So welcome to second level. And yeah, this is only speed reading level. Third, analytical, and fourth, syntopical reading. Last 2 just tells you how to read, truly understand the author's points and more about different literature and how to be expert. If you want, then maybe in future we talk about these 4 levels. And thank you so much. And yeah, you can always speed read, leaving no content. Check out in the I button, and please don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. Only you can do it. Join Extraordinary to be extraordinary. Do subscribe and like. And thanks for being here till now. You can see us on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you.